This is a very social world that we live in, and anything a company can do to humanize their loan officers out there and to help them develop trust in the communities that they serve is vitally important.
The Wow Factor, brought to you by Social Survey.
Hi, I'm Andrew Berman from the Mortgage News Network, coming to you from the M&N studios here in New York. You're watching The Wow Factor, sponsored by our friends over at Social Survey. Today we have Daniel Jacobs, who's Executive Vice President for National Retail for MiMutual Mortgage. Daniel, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So listen, you guys are a top performer. Company has done some phenomenal things. You're getting some great reviews, great feedbacks from your customer. But I want to know, what is your competitive edge as a top performer?
Well, I think it comes down to the culture of the company and just our view on how to treat customers. So our tagline is think bigger, expect more. And we really live by that. If you combine that idea with our 5 core values of integrity, commitment, problem solving, family, and fun, you can create a great experience for your consumers. And ultimately, having that focus on the consumer makes you better. So consumers want good communication. This isn't that hard. We constantly focus. We've got something called our secret sauce, which dictates how we communicate with our customer and make sure that they know what's going on, when things are going to happen, and we don't leave them in the dark. It's the number one complaint. So focus on communication, and then focus also on meeting deadlines. You focus as an entire organization throughout your manufacturing process on great communications and on-time closings, and then live your core values. You can have a wow factor with great customer service reviews as well.
Fantastic. That's some great secret sauce you have there. So now I want to ask you about your online reputation. How much does that matter to you guys?
Wow. If you had asked me this, 10 years ago, I would have said, well, it's starting to become something that's important, but yeah. It's so far beyond that, because years ago, if someone had a bad experience in Topeka, Kansas, a customer in Tampa, Florida would have no idea. Yeah. Now everything is at everyone's fingertips, and that goes for good experiences or bad ones. And now with the focus that people have on checking with their social networks, almost regardless of their generation, until you get up into really the silent generation. You've got your boomers, your millennials, your Generation X. They're all looking to their friends, their family, their review sites. They're looking online, whether it's with their own connections or for strangers, to give them guidance about the good providers and the bad providers. And that's why the search engines really, for organic search, show independent review sites as one of the major drivers of bringing results to the top. And if you're not going to focus on online reputation, you're going to have a problem no matter what kind of business you're in today. Because consumers are more savvy, they have more access to information, and they rely on that information. So we have taken it very seriously and have made our online reputation a very, very important element of our business. If a review comes in and someone hasn't had a great experience, an executive calls them to find out why and what we can do to make that right. Because we know that even if someone felt like they didn't have the experience they wanted, if we go back and address that afterwards, they're less likely to post a negative review. So having great customer service throughout the process is very important, because ultimately it does result in an online reputation that can help you get business, or it can detract from you getting business. And it's just a vital part of our business strategy.
That's fantastic. So Daniel, I want you to think about this. So you guys do thousands of loans a year. Out of those loans, I'm sure a lot of the personal stories behind them. Can you share with us one wow customer satisfaction story that you were exposed to that really pulled at your heart?
It's a great question, because there's so many really great stories of people who come to us and they feel like they can't get a loan, or they were treated poorly elsewhere, and they're about to lose a property, a contract, and there's a backup offer, and so they still have to close on time. And I could tell you, dozens of stories about how we came to the rescue and closed a loan in 12 days. But really, the one that pulled my heartstrings
Yeah.
is after the hurricane in Houston last year. We had a family that was saving up for a down payment. They had a pre-approval, and they were on a 6-month plan to save up their down payment to buy their house. They wanted to do that to coincide with when their lease on their apartment was going to end. The hurricane came, their apartment got flooded. The landlord came and dried it out, but quickly mold started to grow. Their child was going to the doctor, wheezing, and the doctor said, "You have to move." They didn't have enough of a down payment yet. So what they were going to do was go rent another apartment for a year and defer their American dream for a year. Mm-hmm. We were able to introduce the FHA 203H program in a matter of a couple of weeks. It's a program that we didn't previously offer. We heard their story. We were able to introduce that program, and we were able to close a loan on a home for them within 3 weeks. They did leave their residence for a short period of time and stayed in a hotel prior to that because their apartment was no longer habitable. And with having a family, having those health issues, I just find it to be such a point of pride that we were able to come together with that problem solving and that commitment to their family, all part of our core values, and help them not defer their American dream for another year. And we got them in a home with no money down.
My goodness, it's fantastic. Now listen, we do this. This is a great business. But when you hear stories like that, when the borrowers get the keys at the closing table like that, there's nothing like that, and yeah, we can make some good money in this business, but that's the stuff that keeps you in the business for the decades that you've been in this business, and
Thanks for aging me, by the way. I appreciate it.
It's great.
but
So
but
listen,
I'm 80 most of the time, so I feel like it goes both ways.
That's great. So listen, obviously, MiMutual Mortgage is doing a fantastic job. If someone wants to get a hold of you guys, do business with you guys, what's the best way to do that?
Oh, they can go online and type in mymutual.com and find a branch locator and find a branch near you. We've got people all over the place that are ready, willing, and able to help you achieve your American dream of homeownership, and we'll do it with great service.
Fantastic. Wonderful. Daniel, thank you so much for taking the time out of the day to meet with us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I'm Andrew Berman for the Mortgage News Network, and thank you for watching.
The most important thing you can do for your business right now is to generate good, organic, high-star reviews from the people that you're serving. They'll develop the trust that you so desperately need to seek in developing your personal brand out online.
It's been a game changer because it gets everyone into the investment of we all create the great experience, and those surveys are the end proof.
This is Mortgage News Network.